Alrighty, there we go. I had to set up my other recording. All right, let's go ahead and get this all shared out. Hello, everyone. It's Tuesday, and I actually put the wrong banner up here. That's okay. Put the wrong one, but that's okay. All right, there we go. Hello, everyone. Oh, wait, where did my Facebook go? I don't know where it went. So we're going to go ahead and go over here and share this out. All right, let's see if I can find this post. There it is. And then we're going to hit share and we're going to share it out. All right, start, grow, and scale your business. Well, I'm trying to do this post real quick. All right. Hold on, y'all. I am trying to get this set up. Trying to get this set up. I'm looking for the pen. I don't see it though. Okay, there we go. I wanted like one to like write or type. Um okay. Um how y'all doing this afternoon? Incredible afternoon. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do this post, but I was trying to also add certain images to it. All right, so let's go ahead and copy that and then post. All right. Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you guys for jumping on the live broadcast and deciding to spend a little bit of time with your girl. All right, we're going to go ahead and hit share. More options. Share to group. As you guys come in, drop a hey, how you doing? Let me know where you are watching from. Also, if you can, let me know what area of creative business do you specialize in. So if you're someone that wanted to do like specifically t-shirts, tumblers, party favors and decor, if you are someone that wants to pretty much not do as much of the hands-on stuff and you're wanting to know how to create your own files to be able to sell, even if you are looking to be someone that does what I do and you want to be able to teach others and do it in a professional manner and have a professional presence when you're doing that, let me know if that's your desire as well. And if you have questions about it, feel free to go ahead and drop it as a comment. All right. Ooh, New Mexico. Hello and welcome. Welcome. Yeah, I put the wrong one because it definitely says designing in Select Studio, but that's not what that was supposed to be. I put the wrong one up there. It's okay though. And if you guys can, go ahead and hit share. Alrighty, let's go back over here. T-shirts, create files, and teach. So what area are you wanting to teach in? Like doing t-shirts? What's something that you can do like with your eyes closed? And you know how to not just do it, but you feel like you can kind of adjust to people's learning styles and actually teach it to them. And are you looking to teach more so like starting off like, well, actually you already have a YouTube channel. That's going to be one of the first places to start at for like teaching. Or do you want to basically have like an online academy, or maybe even have a Facebook group where you can teach from there? Um, all right, we are all shared out. Let's see. Where am I looking for? Okay, there we go. Haha. All right. Let's see who's watching over here on Facebook and YouTube. Incredible afternoon. Incredible. Actually, it's 5 o'clock. So incredible evening, incredible evening, incredible evening. Hello from Houston. Hello. All right. Again, I am Shakeya the Professor of HS Inc. 365 LLC. We are the parent company of Soloholics Anonymous. That's my baby, my love. I mean, it's where I have been teaching you guys how to design from Silhouette Studio for the past 7 years. I made a post yesterday. It was yesterday, Saturday, one of those. Of all the things that I've pretty much done within my, I guess you can say, like creative career in being an event planner and someone that, eventually transitioned to just doing all of the elements for other event planners or those who wanted to DIY their own events. I would make like certain decor things for them to set up their own. If they could not afford to have an actual professional decorator come in and set everything up, I've done t-shirt, and I still do, actually have words I have to work on, t-shirts. Someone over here said canvases, tumblers, drinkware, t-shirts. I've done screen print t-shirts. Whether I'm like designing them to send to a screen printer or doing screen print transfers. I've done HTV, eco solvent, printable transfers, glitter HTV, only things I have, rhinestones. The only thing I have not done is embroidery shirts. I don't have a desire to do embroidery. Is it something that I've wanted like to have a shop where somebody else knows how to do that? Because my brother-in-law does really good with embroidery, but I have absolutely no desire to do embroidery. But I like to watch videos, especially my girl, Alexis Galloway. But you can do so many things, from social media. I make large cutouts. I've done chip bags. I've done yard signs, like designing them in there and then having them printed out onto adhesive vinyl, whether it's through a print shop. Now I can print them myself because I have a roll-in, or you can send them like to Office Depot, invitations, business cards, logos, PNG files, SVG files, vector files, PDF files, order forms. Oh God, I'm trying to think. You literally can do all of that from Silhouette Studio. It is a good beginner graphic designing software before you kind of get into the big boys. There are some advantages to getting into Photoshop, Illustrator, Corel Draw, Affinity Photo, Affinity Designer, Procreate even. There are some advantages to those because there's like little things that you can't do, of course, in Silhouette Studio. All programs serve a purpose. They all serve a purpose. I was just showing on TikTok, I was showing them how I go in and create my thumbnails in Photoshop so that everything just kind of is very uniform whenever I am posting them to my YouTube channels and things like that. So I like to use them for a wide variety of things. But Silhouette Studio, you can't, for the cost, hello, it's free. And you can do a lot of things in the free version. The upgrades just allow you to do things a little easier. Like one of my favorites, center of rotation. I love, love, love using that thing. That is actually one of my top 5 tools. Being able, like we have business edition, being able to do multiple undo. That's another one of my top 5s. Having the rulers is probably in top 10 somewhere. Let's see what else. Oh, my properties dropper. That is definitely top 3. Let's see what other ones are in one of the upgrades that are my favorites to use. I don't use it as often, but I do like the crosshairs. So I like that one. And I mean, there's a few others, but there's a lot of stuff that you can do in the free version and you don't need any of the upgrades. But those upgrades definitely come in handy. Like, oh, being able to, of course, save as different file formats, being able to open up in different file formats. That's definitely in the top 5. I love Biz Edition because you can save as an SVG, a PNG, a JPEG, and a PDF file. And because I have a Roland BN20, I design in Silhouette Studio, save it as a PDF. I set my spot color in Illustrator, and then I'm able to send it over to the Roland. There are things to me that are just a lot easier to do from Silhouette Studio than it is from Illustrator. So I happen to really like Silhouette Studio. And you can tell I've been teaching it for 7, going on 8 years now. And I said all that, like, took like 10 minutes to talk about that part. But we also are the owners of the Honestly Speaking line of products. We carry sublimation paper, sublimation ink, pigment ink, and I use those to print different things out. So our pigment ink, I've been using that since, for the past 2 years, I've been using that. But I used pigment ink before, where it's like the refillable system. I had ink from 2 different companies, and it's the same, just like using the Epson one. That's how I print out stickers, labels, for water bottles and Capri Suns, how I print out invitations, how I print out small posters. I printed out banners. If you don't know, with your Epson printers, I have all the wide format versions, like Workforces. You can print 13 inches wide. So you can print technically 12.95 by 47 inches. So I've created small banners and I've designed them in Silhouette Studio, printed them with my Epson printer, or I've sent them off. So I'll design it, I'll send it to a printer. I designed one and it was printed as I want to say it was like, she said 8 feet. It was like, I think it was 8 by 8 feet or 10 by 10. So, and that's all was designed in Silhouette Studio to where you can save it as a high resolution file and be able to have it sent off. But I print for pigment ink, all sorts of things. And if you wonder what like pigment ink is, it's just to print regular stuff. Although this is not printed technically with a Epson pigment ink printer, but like when you see things like wrappers or stuff like this, like it's just regular ink. It just so happens to be waterproof. Like if I were to go and wet this, it's not going to run. Dye ink runs. And then of course, sublimation allows you to do things like shirts. You'll see how great those colors look. And this was pressed with an easy press, 30 seconds. You can do, we're coming up on, about to end this year. You should start thinking about the stuff that you're going to do for grad season, maybe ordering your stoles early, especially if you want the longer stoles. People tend to have the 60-inch stoles, but it is really hard to get the 72. So if you are someone that wants to sell blanks, or if you're in the blanks business, it might be wise to start to get those things in now, and start to promote them so people know that you have them, because graduation stoles are really, really big sellers. And I, a lot of times, end up doing double-sided ones. So there's that. You can do things like towels and bookmarks and socks and all kind of great stuff with sublimation. And our sublimation paper makes the job 1,000 times easier. When I do shirts, I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen any of my videos, but when I do shirts, I do not lint brush. Anybody got time for that? I don't have to do a lot of taping like stuff down unless it's really, really small and I don't want it to move. But if it's just like, if it's a really good size sheet, I'm just trimming off the edges, I don't use tape. I don't have to put butcher paper inside. It doesn't bleed through because I'm not over pressing. I'm not over sublimating. I'm not putting way too much pressure. So my prints don't bleed through. I don't put any butcher paper on top because our paper does not blow out the back. So you don't have to worry about ink or the gas getting on your platen and transferring to something else. And I don't bake in my work studio. I don't have my heat press set at 400 degrees to where it feels like a sauna in here. My heat press never goes over 365. Never, ever. I technically, on my Hottronics, I can go to 360 and press in 20 seconds, but that's not great for marketing and branding purposes. So 365 has several meanings, and then 30 seconds was just really cool to, kind of, and it works for more heat presses at that particular temperature. But this bad boy right here, I can do 360 in 20 seconds for almost every substrate that you can think of. So our paper is absolutely amazing. The ink or gas release is phenomenal. Do I have one? Oh yeah, this is the one. I just did a class on how to do tiling and piecing it together when you have a smaller format printer. So if you have like 8.5 by 14-inch paper, you can still do a really long print and wide print for extra large 2X, 3X shirts. So we just did this class this past weekend. And that's what's on that shirt that I showed. So you can see this is our tacky paper, because I can tell because it has like a little brown here where we overlapped. But look at that release, even for the blacks on there. And this was plain paper setting, pressed in just 30 seconds. All right. So that's our product. And then, of course, lastly, I'm still talking about us. I'm so sorry, y'all. It's 365 Creative Academy, where we help you to unlock your creativity in a wide variety of ways. So everything that I have done at some point or another, I have a class on it, and we're considering doing kind of like a subscription-based thing to where I'm going to kind of teach all the things. Okay. I've done everything from funeral service programs, memorial things for businesses, for our business, for other businesses. I do the production for other companies. So there's a lot to learn within this business. I have a lot of years. I got a lot of skin in the game. So it's a little, don't look at kind of where I am now and think that it happened overnight. I started doing like graphics and things like that when I was 17 years old at Barbara Goldman High School. I'm now 41. So I got a lot of skin in the game, a lot of experience in the different programs, but I just enjoy teaching it to others. So definitely check out our website and get on the list so that you're notified whenever I release new classes. But right now, I did all of that and said all of that so that you guys can drop your questions. Y'all are just sitting here listening to me ramble on about what I do and what our business is. I don't see any questions over here on Facebook and YouTube. Now, I do see some over here on TikTok. Now, if y'all don't have questions over there, I'm just going to pay attention to TikTok, and we're not going to hang out with y'all no more, all right? If y'all not going to ask questions like they're doing over here on TikTok. So feel free to go ahead and post your questions. I always hearing people say that, well, there's no one to help. No one answers questions. I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z. I want to grow my business. I don't know what to do. And I come on here all the time saying, hey, post your questions, or what do you need help with? And y'all don't. So that's on y'all. You have no one to blame but yourself when you are forced to, which I have classes and I kind of go into more detail and kind of break it down. But as far as like some of the beginner stuff, I mean, you can get some of your questions answered for free when you have people that are on and that are offering and they're saying, post your questions, and you guys keep your lips sealed. What's the saying? Closed mouths don't get fed. If you want to, you want to know how to start, grow, and scale your business, when someone's offering help, I suggest you post some questions, whether it's about business, if it's about how to do something in studio. If you're in the creative business, that means you have to know how to design, or at the very least, you have to know how to properly open up a file and size it and print it out or cut it. Like, it's crazy that I see that a lot in groups. People go and they buy these machines, they get printers, they get ink and paper and all of that, and they're asking basic questions like, how do I get this to print out the correct size? Like, sometimes I'm going to be perfectly honest and transparent. It drives me nuts because I'm like, how did you go and buy these machines, buy these printers, buy this equipment, go and buy these blanks, and you don't even know how to size for it, don't know how to print it out, don't know which programs to use to print it out? Like, where was the research? Like, you're trying to tell me in all the research that you did, no one ever said where to print it out from? If you're someone with the Cricut, you're trying to tell me that all this time you had a Cricut and you did not know that you can only print 6.75 by 9.25. You didn't know that. And to know that if you're doing a Tumblr and you're watching videos and they're saying 9.35 by 8.125, that it's not going to print from Cricut Design Space, that does kind of bug me a little bit with y'all, with some of the people, when it comes to this whole creative thing and thinking that is just kind of jump in and make money. You guys got to have the right information, the right knowledge, the right resources. And I'm here to be one of your resources. So definitely drop your questions. Hey, just say. Hey, just say. All right. So let's go over here. I saw a few questions pop up. So you want to do shirts, canvases, and create files. Are you looking to create more like SVG type files where it's a lot of solid colors, or ones that are more like for sublimation and with different fades and watercolors and a lot of shading and shadows? What type of, because there are different files. There are definitely different types of files. And it is really easy to create more of like the line art and SVG files before you move into a lot of the shading and shadowing and adding color and adding highlights and things like that. You start off by learning to do simple drawings and simple designs. Are you speaking on Cricut? Thank you, Crafts by Chrissy. No, I use Silhouette Studio. It's similar in that they both are used to control some sort of cutting machine, and you can set up designs in it. But Cricut Design Space can't touch Silhouette Studio. It's so much that you can do in Silhouette Studio. My yellow HS ink sub ink is not printing correctly, so I ordered another set of cartridges from you. Can I take that ink back out and put it in a new cartridge? You can, but let me know what you mean by it's not printing correctly. Is it lines? Let me know which printer you're talking about. Which cartridges are you using? Is it saying cartridge not recognized? Like, you got to give me a little bit more for me to be able to help you, because you may not need a new set of cartridges. Have you ever had an issue with Easy Subli? No, because I don't use Easy Subli the way that I'm gonna try and bring y'all a little bit over this way, so that when I'm talking, I can like look ahead and it kind of looks like I'm looking at both cameras, because I feel like I'm looking over here, so they're looking at the side of my head. So hopefully this is a little bit better of an angle where it's kind of like I'm looking at both, but I can know I'm probably looking cross-eyed over here because you're off to the side a little bit. But I don't use it the way that they say to use it. You have to remember that Caesar's Easy Subli was not made for Epson or any water-based printers. When they came out with it, they also came out with their own ink line. Although you can use just the regular SubliJet, they came out with their own ink line with it, which I think the ink is supposed to be a little bit more dense, so that it doesn't like run. But you have the SubliJet. Sawgrass printers use gel-based inks, so it's thicker. It's a little bit more dense compared to water-based inks. So when you use water-based inks with Easy Subli, it can take forever to dry. And if you go straight from the printer to cut it out, the rollers on your cut machine can cause that ink to smear. It takes a really long time for it to dry. So I basically do how you have to do sublimation to glitter HTV or glow in the dark HTV. Only difference is you don't mirror your cut. So I design it, which I can turn it around. I'll show you an example of that. So you're going to design it. You're going to have your cut file, and you're going to cut that, and then you'll print it out. So then you take your cut file, and if it's like spread, like if it's pieces, you're going to use the masking, which kind of sucks, and try to get that to lift up, put it down, and then put it on top. Now, I want to say her TikTok is Craftastic Tips with Shawnee D, or you can find it under Designs by Shawnee D. She has one where what she does is she weeds it. She will spray the sublimation paper with a temporary tack or like a low tack adhesive, spray adhesive. There we go. And then she puts it down, and so then she it'll stick to it. She peels it off, like you kind of got to go slow, but the Easy Subli will stick to the sublimation paper. So then she just flips it over and then presses it. So you can do it that way if you can't get the masking to work. But typically you take the masking, put it on there, pick it up, put it down, and then you put your print on top and you press it. So I do it that way. Now, I have shown a shirt that I have that I did with Easy Subly, and it sat in a closet. Like, it was just hung up in the closet. I wasn't really wearing it that much. It was just in a closet. And I end up going back to that after a couple of months, and the ink spread. So, well, I'm not gonna say the ink, the gas spread out. So it was completely blurry. They look great in the beginning, but over time, it doesn't stay when you're using the water-based inks. Gel-based inks are different. The water-based, do understand that over time, your ink can blur out. I use Procreate. I want to do all over sublimation. You want to teach all over sublimation, or you want to learn how to do it? Because I remember you said you wanted to be able to teach. So you want to be able to teach all over, or you just want to be able to do it? And when you say do all over sublimation, if you want to just do it, do you want to figure out how to do it with a small format printer, or you want to eventually get the large setup? Let's see. We're going to ignore all of the trolls. If you ignore them, they just go away. How do I contact you? You can email me at theprofessor@hsink365.com if you have a general question, or you can always leave, put a message up. Send a message via our website, shop.hsink365.com. I'm looking for, oh, whoa, where, oh, okay, wait. There are my banners. I'm trying to find my email address. There we go. theprofessor@hsink365.com, or you can send a message on our website, shop.hsink365.com. Well, either one of those. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm going to come back over here. I'm not missing your questions. I answered quite a few from over here, so I'm going to come over here. Let's see. How do you create a mock-up rhinestone design? So you're going to, I'll just kind of show you. If you're wanting to do it where it is actual stones, not that easy, not that great to kind of do. You can somewhat make it look like a rhinestone design by filling it with glitter, like a glitter background. But for it to be stones, you do have to have business edition or designer edition plus, and you have to use the one with the stones. Now, I like to use that one for mock-ups. I don't like to use it to create my actual rhinestone designs, but I will flip my camera around to the screen, and I will show you some things over there. I would like to learn more on memorial designs. Is there anything in particular? Like memorial designs, it's a lot to it. Are you talking about for shirts, funeral service programs? Are you wanting to do head casket panels? There's a lot to memorial. And then also with memorials, I had someone that I was basically coaching through some things because she wanted to do that. And what she ended up deciding was she did not want to do memorials for right when someone passes. One, right when someone passes away, you have to be able to work fast because you only have a small amount of time between the time they contact you and when they're going to need these items. Within a week, if you're lucky, maybe two, if they're giving themselves time to like plan everything out. But especially for obituaries, a lot of times, by the time they gather pictures, try to remember all the information, not everyone actually writes theirs out. It might seem a bit morbid, but ever since I saw an episode of A Different World, when Tisha Campbell was on there and they had them write out their obituaries, that's always stuck with me. And I actually have mine written out. When it's time, whenever I go, God willing, no time soon, my family doesn't have to think about what to write in there because I've already written it out, not with any dates, not with really any names. Like I've kind of put like my important information that I want on there as far as like the military, what school I went to, how long I was in the military, my favorite things, mentioning like my cheerleaders, mentioning it's actually changed. I've actually included my subscribers and my followers in there that I want to make sure that my family puts that in there. And then whether living or dead, there are certain people that I want them listed by name, and then others is just like, so I actually have that written out. Like, I mean, it's a part to me, it's a part of like when you're doing your estate planning and you're planning all that stuff out, it just takes stress off. I know what picture as of right now, like, maybe another picture will come like the older I get, but I already know what picture I want on the front. It's scary for some people to think about to write it out, but I just don't want my family to have to worry about that because I've been on that side where I'm the one trying to gather information, remember dates, or having to y'all be surprised at how much information is actually made up in obituaries because I've done some for people and they don't know what to put in there. So to make it like stretch a little bit, I'll ask them about their people and I kind of like make it up. So you'll be surprised how much information in an obituary is not from the actual family because I do them. But I was talking with her and like going over all this stuff and when they want shirts and like the turnaround time for it. And, people will go and they'll come in and, oh, you got a shirt and they're wanting last minute. And it can be hell if you are doing it by yourself. And so she decided, I don't want to be the one. And you have to, be able to handle families with kid gloves because the emotions are raw. And, they don't sometimes, they may not mean to be a-holes, but sometimes they are. But it's like, it's a sensitive time for them. It's a very vulnerable time for them. So you may not want to deal with people. If you're not a people person, I really wouldn't mess with families right when someone passes, especially if it was in a tragic way. So she decided that she wanted to focus on memorials for like when they're celebrating their birthdays or like special occasions like Mother's Day or, the anniversary of them passing. So there's a lot of different things or just memorials in general, like a general memorial. So you have to really understand, like decide which one you really want to do. And how you design for them is going to be different as well. I need help with my printer, please. That's an open question. I need to know what you need help with. What program do you prefer to do rhinestone designs in? As a beginner, Silhouette Studio is great. It's a good starting point, but there are other ones. I have Shortcuts a lot. I haven't played around with their rhinestone, but I have tried out the trial version of the Rhinestone Wizards, but you do have to have Corel Draw. I actually like that one best of all. All right, so I'm gonna go over to Silhouette Studio, and I just had to do a design for someone, and I'm gonna show you how you can do this as a mock-up. Oh, this wasn't added to it. There we go. All right, let me flip y'all around. All right, there you go. I know it's kind of a weird angle for you guys over here. So this is like the actual like file all ready to go and stuff like that. But I mean, you can do this as technically a mock-up. So if this was a shirt, let's see, do I have a shirt over here? Let's go to mock-ups because I do have to bring back my, shoot, that's okay. Let's just go like this. We're going to go copy and paste. Technically, that's a mock-up. Is it the actual stones? No, but it's the circles. That's technically a mock-up. You want it to have more of a stone type look. You could always, all right, we're going to highlight everything that's here, group it together, select everything else, hold down shift, click, click, and we're going to come over here to our fill pattern and we're going to look for a glitter. I had to bring back all of my my files. Seriously, Silhouette Studio, you really gonna shut down on me? All right, so now I gotta open back up. All right, let's answer some other questions while Silhouette Studio opens back up. All right, whoa. All right, let's go over here, flip camera, mirror. Okay, let's see. What would you take for a pop-up shop? I don't really care for pop-up shops as far as creating random things. I've never understood that where people will go and they'll spend all this time creating a bunch of items just for a pop-up shop, with no guarantee they're going to sell. So you kind of like, I know some people, they prep for weeks where they don't take any orders because they want to prep for a pop-up shop. I don't get it. I personally think pop-up shops work great if you have a product that's like ready to ship, ready to use. Like people who sell candles, maybe if you have jewelry, if you have like soaps, and like you're going to create them and they're going to be sold on your website, or you can sell it there. I know there was a young lady that was at a pop-up shop and she had like her scrunchie stuff. I ended up buying some stuff because she was live on TikTok, went to her website, and I purchased some things for my niece. So she has like things that she just normally makes. So it doesn't matter where she sells it at. So she ended up taking a lot of her Halloween stuff because it's Halloween time and she wanted to try and unload that. I have a sister, she makes soaps. So she's going to make a batch of them and body butters and stuff, and she'll go with that. But when someone goes and they're just trying to take like just different custom items and you're making things specific for that, I really don't understand the logic, because you don't know, like, it's one, let me tell you the first mistake I see when people do pop-up shops. They want to have everything be different, and they want to create, if they're going to take 50 tumblers, they're going to have 50 different tumblers. I see that a lot. And it's like all this stuff, they have way too much stuff, and I never understood why. If I'm going to go and if like, I know, like, let's say if it's something that's in the fall time, or there was one that was here and it was like, the theme, they had a lot of pink stuff. So you're thinking like the one they did in October was like breast cancer. You may end up doing a lot of that stuff. Maybe you'll have like, if you want to take 50 tumblers, maybe have 5 designs and it's 10 of that tumbler. I don't know where you guys think that just because you are a creative entrepreneur, or you can custom make things, that everybody wants something to be one of a kind. They're not paying one of a kind money, especially at a pop-up shop. So I'm not going to make you one of a kind. Like, this is a top seller. And yes, you, and you will all have this. When you go to a retail store, they sell hundreds and thousands of millions of units of the exact same thing to hundreds and thousands of millions of people in all of the Walmarts, the Targets, the different stores. I don't understand the mindset from a lot of crafters or creative business owners where you feel like everything has to be one of a kind. You always have to change up stuff. That's why y'all run out of time for doing stuff. And it's like, you're always stressed, feeling like, okay, it's not, I'm always designing, I'm doing this, you create you some designs and you sell multiples of them. The same way you guys go and you buy transfers from people for DTF or some screen print ones. Y'all do understand the same way y'all brought them, there's a whole bunch of other crafters selling them. Yet we don't think to do the same thing in our own business. Yet we buy from people who have the exact same, like they're selling the exact same thing to multiple people. So for me, if it was somewhere where it was a pop-up shop where people could like, it was people like other crafters or people want to start their business and they needed our products, I'm just going to take a bunch of paper, a bunch of ink and stuff like that, because it's ready to like give to them. I'm not creating anything specific for that. So I'm not sure if that helped or not, but I'm not the person to ask about pop-up shops, because I don't see the appeal of creating a bunch of stuff that you may not sell. Like, you spend weeks and days and whatever prepping and making stuff and you may not sell it all. And then you may have a hard time selling it via your website. So that's just me. Workforce 7710, light yellow lines on my nozzle check. I pushed air, nothing. Did you make sure that your cartridge is primed? I don't know if I have a cartridge over here to show. I don't think there is a cartridge over here. No, there is not. I thought I had some cartridges over here, but I don't. You have to, make sure that it is primed. Oh, here's one right here, but this isn't one that's filled, is it? So you have to make sure, if you have our style of cartridge, that this does have ink in it, that it's primed. If it is primed, of course, yeah, like you said, you put it, I'm not sure if you're doing the push air where it's in your printer, you're putting the paper towel, you're putting your syringe in it, and you're pushing air. If you're doing that one, if you're seeing a lot of yellow, yet when you print, it's still light, then your cartridge might be bad and it's time for a new one. If you're pushing it and you're not seeing a lot of yellow, it still has a clog, really push it through. I'm not sure if you're using our syringes. We have 20 milliliter syringes for this very reason. The 10-inch ones don't do that great with pushing a lot of air through it. So if you get our 20 mil, or like now it's fall time. So if you go to the Dollar Tree, they have the flavor injectors and it has a 30 or like it's like a 50 mil syringe. You can use that one as well. And that will probably help push more of the air out. Oh, you already ordered and received a new shipment of cartridges? Yeah, you can definitely try that to see if that works. I have issues where the ASA paper was sticking to Easy Subli after pressing. Yeah, I don't have that issue with Honesty Speaking paper. So I don't use ASA. I only use Honesty Speaking paper, and I've never had that issue. I want to learn how to do all over sublimation with an Epson 16600. So I did a class. You can get the playback for it. Or if you want to just go and figure out how to do it from my free video, I have a video where I show how to split it. So I'm not sure if you need it from like square one, where you're trying to figure out how to create the perfect template for your shirt, or if you just need to know how to tile it and split it up. So I do have a free video on YouTube about how to split up your oversized designs. It is best to have business edition, but I taught a class this weekend where I teach an easier way of being able to print it out so you can do it that way. So I always get lines where I connect the sections. So you're going to get that. I mean, well, it shouldn't be white. You shouldn't see a white line if you're doing overlap. But if you are, depending on how you designed it, if you created enough overlap, it should line up. This was pieced together. This was pieced together. Now, you may see, where is this? This was also pieced together. So this wasn't one print. This one, let's see, which one is this? This is the one that was several 8.5 by 14s. I can tell because of the double line here. So I'm not sure if that's what you're meaning. Like you can see this one kind of has some white, which I don't know why, but like on this side right here, you don't see white, but you can see a line because this is plush. There's no way to avoid that. You're using paper, you're overlapping. So in that area, it's more pressure. Now you can try to eliminate that by putting a foam, getting like a big piece of green foam and pressing with that to kind of help even out the pressure where it's not so much where that line is. So you can do that, but you're not really going to be able to avoid seeing where they meet up at. There's really no way to avoid that. You're going to somewhat see a line. It just shouldn't be very pronounced. But I did have a video showing how to tile it, print it in sections, and how to tape them together and press. That is still available on the website if you want to purchase the playback for it. Hi, sister. You just hurt my feelings. I've done one pop-up shop and took 20 different tumblers and sold one. Wait, I hurt your feelings. Wait, why? No. Several journals and other things sold maybe five times. Yes, all primed. I want to start sublimation. What Epson printer should I get to start with, and what kind of ink? Well, of course, you're going to get nothing but the best. Honestly speaking, sublimation ink on our website. As you can see, our bottles are bigger than pretty much everyone on the market. We sell 140 milliliter bottles. This will be 2 full refills on EcoTank printers and several refills if you have the Workforce printer. Yes, that it's black. It's not like that doo-doo brown. So they're all 140 milliliters, and they are all keyed for EcoTank printer. So you can use it for EcoTank or a cartridge-based printer. You don't even have to take the top off. You just put your needle in there, kind of open a hole, and draw it out like you're a medical professional, and you'll have less spills. So definitely get your ink and paper from our website, shop.hsink365.com. All right, I'm going to come back to your question about printers. Let me go over to Facebook and YouTube, but y'all want me to come back and answer some questions. Y'all got to run them likes up. I'm giving y'all great information. I need y'all to double tap that screen, like tap, 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 tap. Also hit the share button. Even if you don't share with anyone, it does help if you're hitting share. So if you go to share and just copy the link, it counts as a share and it does help the live. So if you guys can do that for me, I will greatly appreciate it. All right. So I went over that as far as which one for rhinestone designs. Oh, I was waiting for Silhouette Studio to open back up. There we go. All right, let's bring you over here. Let's open this up. Okay, it doesn't have the rhinestone template, so we got to open that back up. Let's see. I set up my printer last night following your video. I don't know what went wrong, but when I print and press, nothing transfers. Nothing transfers. Did you use our sublimation ink? Or because I mean, also, what are you pressing to? So first you tell me nothing, well, you say nothing transfers, but what exactly are you pressing to? Are you sure you purchased sublimation ink and not pigment ink? That's the second one. Sublimation ink is the label is solid like this. Oh my God, I'm gonna lift my hands up because I didn't realize I was ashy. And then this one, so you guys can see it. The pigment ink, not sure if you can see, but it's like, it's reverse of this. Like the words, it's white, and then the ink part is solid. So I'm not sure if you purchased the right ink or not, but also let me know what you're pressing to, because what you're pressing to may not be, if it's a hard substrate and it's not sub ready, it's not going to transfer. If it's cotton, it should still transfer somewhat if you have the right ink. So hi, Professor. I finally have my ink for my Epson 7210. My question is, do completely empty the new ink in which, wait, to something, huh? Wait, I purchased it used. He said you can clean up the heads. Okay, wait a minute. I'm confused. Was it regular ink and you want to go to sublimation, or was it sublimation and you want to go back to regular ink? Wait, do I completely empty the new ink when switch? Oh, so you want to switch to sublimation. You don't have to do it. So if you haven't watched my videos, go watch my video on converting. There is no flushing out. There is no excessive print head cleanings. Those videos that you guys watch and say you have to do 7, 8, 9, 10, that you should have broken lines, that is false. They don't know what they're doing. They set their printers up incorrectly. Most times it's because they have this style cartridge that has the circle in the middle and they did not prime it. So as they're printing, it's never going to give them the right ink, or they have their vent plugged in. As long as you watch my video on how to fill and prime your cartridges and they're done correctly, that's all you have to do. Changing over to sublimation is as simple as just changing out the cartridges. You're going to do ink cartridge replacement. Well, make sure, one, that it's actually printing correctly. So before you switch it out, do a nozzle check. Make sure that everything is working in working order. If it's not, then you'll probably have to do some type of maintenance once you switch it over. But if it's all printed out, your nozzle check is good, you're just going to go ink cartridge replacement, put your sublimation ones in there. You're going to do one print head cleaning, and guess what? You are set up for sublimation. That's easy. It's that easy, that simple. I promise you. I've done it in videos, I don't know how many times. I have no instructions. Yes, you do. My videos are your instructions. Can you do a split design on Silhouette on HTV? I have a design that is larger than 8.5, and that needs to go in a hoodie. So you're wanting to cut it bigger, but split your print? Yeah, all you have to do is set the design up first so that you can get your full cut. And then your print, you're going to basically do the split method to split that in half, and then just press that to your glitter HTV. Yes, quiet mode should be on. Yes, it slows down your printing. All right, so let's go over yonder. This is the wrong one. This is, well, actually, no, I can use this one. This is the one that everything is together. So let's copy that and bring that over here. Paste. Hold on, y'all. Oh, it had no ink when I purchased it. So there's okay, so if there was no ink cartridges in there, whoo, that was bad because that those print heads and that port is probably completely dried out. It is probably complete. If there was no ink in it whatsoever, like not even cartridges to really kind of protect that print head, that is probably severely dried out, and you're gonna catch hell trying to get it to get back working. Now you can go and just try to put, fill your summation ones up, put it on there and see how it prints. If it comes out perfectly, then you're good. If you push air and it comes out, then you might be good. If it's not, then you really have to re-moisten those print heads. You're going to want to get a second set of cartridges and create a cleaning solution so that you can keep forcing that through there to really get the print heads from being so dried out. All right, so let's switch back over here. And I'm going to switch you guys back. And I'm going to come back to your question about printers. Just give me a moment. Let's go here, flip camera. All right. We're going to remove the line color. That's technically a mock-up. I mean, you can add other stuff behind it. You can save this as a, you can, when I teach mock-ups, I taught mock-ups in my creative business program. And you can do certain things within Silhouette Studio to create the mock-up. You can put your pricing and all that stuff on it if you want, but this essentially is a mock-up. With Biz Edition, you can save this as a JPEG and you can put it on your website and things like that, all right? So if you wanted to, dang it, this isn't the one I wanted. Hold on. Shoot. Let's see. Does this come up? Is this the one that I want? I need the one that still has the raw file. All right, so I'm not going to do the spray on it. I'm just going to do the words. So we're going to just come back to here. We're going to paste that. And we're going to go over to our rhinestone tool. We're going to go to the advanced rhinestones. I'm going to make that a purple 10SS. And I'm going to go linear. Okay, wait, what'd you do? What'd you do? Hold on. Okay, why are you not filling in? That's kind of weird. All right, let's see. Huh? I have no idea what's going on with this. Okay. That's so weird. I have no idea why it's not filling in with these. That's kind of sort of weird. Transparency's up. I have no idea why the advanced rhinestone tool is not working. Watch it does something dumb. Watch, 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 watch. Just watch. No, that's so weird. I don't know why it's not working. It's acting real foolish. Okay, there we go. I have no idea what I did to make it work, but okay. Don't know what I did to get that. So let's see if I can get this one to fill in. Okay, nope, we're not. Now we're not filling in. All righty then. Um, don't know why it's not working. Oh, there it is. Oh, I guess maybe because it's on multiple. I don't know. But we're going to come here and we're going to make this 0.01, make it a little bit tighter. Okay, I said 0.01. Okay, it doesn't want to go any lower than that. I don't know why. So this is why I don't like the advanced rhinestone tool. Hold on, you guys can't see on TikTok. It won't let me go down. Now, if I were to have this same one, okay, now you want to act all dumb. If I were to have the same one in, all right, we're going to go like this. We're going to make a duplicate. And I'm going to go to none. I'm going to go back to the regular one. I'm going to go 10SS in linear fill. And I'm going to go here and I'm going to put 0.01. It's going to go 0.01 and make these tighter. For some reason, when you do the ones with like theirs, it doesn't. So I always say I will use this for mock-up purposes, but I will not use them like to create the design. So if I wanted to use it as a mock-up, we're just going to make it bigger just so that you can technically see it. So it's technically not going to be a true mock-up. Send to the back. And oh yeah, with this one, I'm going to have to come out. We're going to make it where it's not filled. You got to resize it before you do the stones. You see how now I can resize it. This one, I have the handles and I can resize it. Even with it in rhinestones, I can resize that. When you're using the advanced stones, you can't. This is another reason why I don't like it, you know? So we go here, you have to have it sized to what you want. And I'm going to go 10SS and we're going to go multiple, linear stones. And then it will be bigger. You'll see the stones. And from here, you can kind of do the mock-up if you want to show it with stones. But yeah, I don't really like doing mock-ups with stone designs where it's like actual stones. Now look, it doesn't want to go. I don't know if it's just taking forever. It might shut down. I don't know. I don't like using the advanced rhinestone tool. I like to use the standard one because all you need is the circles. She says, I'm so done with the pop-up shops. Okay, that's the one who said I kind of hurt your feelings. I'm sorry. All right. I don't know what it's doing. It's still thinking. Yes, you're using your ink and paper, 100% polyester. My ink says pigment. You ordered the wrong ink. My lines were fine, so I didn't need to push air. You purchased pigment ink. There's a difference between pigment ink and sublimation ink. Sublimation ink it's a different one. So you purchased the wrong one on the website. You are gonna have to go and get sublimation ink. It's technically not messed up. If you have, I think you said you have which printer? You had the 7820. So you would need to you can technically draw the ink out of that one if you want to go through all of that. Or you can order a new set of cartridges and the sublimation ink, and then you will fill that one. And all you have to do is just basically switch them out and just switch them out. And then it'll run, once it does the initializing, you'll run a print head cleaning, and then you'll be set ready to go. And the chips on those other cartridges, you can take those and use them once the set on the new set of cartridges runs out. You just slide the chip off, put the other one on. That way you don't lose those prints. But the ink that's in the cartridge, you can toss it if you don't plan to get another printer. All right, there we go. It finally did it. We're going to bring that to the front. And also, it does bog down your system. That's the reason why I just don't care for. I understand what they were trying to do, but I personally don't care for their advanced rhinestone tool. So there you go. There's your mock-up where it looks like it's stones. But when you go out, it doesn't even look like stones anyway. So it's up to you and how you want to do the mock-up. But I'm going to get rid of that one because it's going to slow down the system with this one. So we're just going to take that off. All right. So there's that. All right. I'm going to kind of have you guys come back to me. Same thing over here. Make sure that you guys continue to double tap that screen, hit share, and just copy the link. That still counts as a share, even if you don't send it to anyone, or you can simply share it to Facebook. All right. So let's answer the question as far as printers, which one to get. I'm partial to workforce printers. I like workforce printers. You get more bang for your buck. The resolution on those are higher. Epson intentionally made their EcoTank printers a little less efficient than the workforce printers. Now, the 8550 is a little bit different because it is an actual photo printer, so the resolution on that is a little bit better. The print speed, I think, might be right in line with the workforce. I forget. I did a whole video breaking all the printers down. Sorry about that. I did a whole video breaking all of the printers down. He's calling me because it's 6 o'clock. I'm supposed to be out of the office. So I'm going to wrap this up because it's 6 o'clock. We're supposed to be out by, wrapping up to be done and out by 6:45. So that's why he's calling me. But they intentionally made EcoTank printers less efficient than the workforce because they're giving you a system where you're not going to come back to them for a lot of ink. They're charging you more and giving you less. And especially if you're changing it to sublimation, you're not using that ink anyway. So you're just paying for ink that you're not going to use. Some people are able to sell it to those who actually have those printers. And then also sublimation ink is made to be closer to the pigment ink profile than dye inks. So you get better color accuracy with workforce printers than you do EcoTank printers. Most people say, oh, my colors are great, but they're not really a colorist. Like, I look at the difference in the colors and you'll see a difference, especially things like grays and stuff like that. It prints out differently. Certain shades of red come out orange. We're on a workforce, it will come out that way. I always have this pillowcase, which is not in here right now, I don't think, and it shows the difference in color. I don't think it's in here. I don't think. Oh, look. Someone asked about the all over. I want to show you something. This you would think was great, but my dumbtail forgot to put the pressing pillow, so I didn't get pressure on the back side. I was so pissed because otherwise this came out absolutely freaking amazing. But this is pieced together. Okay, wait. So it's pieced together right across his head. So like this right here, what is that? Hold on. That right there is not a piece together. That's actually just the way the design is. But he's pieced together right at his head. Hold on. Let me see. There you go. See? So you're going to end up seeing that line of demarcation. But when people take pictures and you think, oh, it's perfect. You can't see it. Because look, right there, you can't see it at all. And then the other one is across university. So this was 313 by like 34-inch prints because this is a really big shirt. So right across university, right there is the other line. So right across, right there at the top on university, and going across his head, right there is the other line. So I just happened to see that while I was looking for the other thing. There's certain things I try and keep around my desk for demo purposes, but I don't see the pillowcase. Hold on, let me see if it's over here. Nope. I gotta find it and bring it back in here, but On both sides, I did a print from EcoTank, a print from a Workforce to show the difference, but I don't see it. I'll make sure that it's by my desk next time because I always get asked that question. But the colors come out different. Shoot, that just spilled all over everything. That was cracked. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up my chair. Okay, there we go. So there's that as far as like just the color of the ink or the color, the output color. To me, Workforce printers are a bit more efficient, and yeah. So the downside is with the newer Workforce printers, you have to keep changing out your chips. There is no reset option for it. So you have to keep changing out your chips. And as of right now, because of the way that the printers are made and the fact that it registers a new serial number every single time, these can be hit or miss. So you may end up purchasing them and they don't work. Some companies don't accept returns. Some do. We don't exchange, but you can't return it for a refund. We don't refund your shipping, but we're not going to leave you with it. So some companies won't, but you do understand that you're taking the risk in using this because it may or may not work. And sometimes it will. I have one client where it worked. It didn't work in one printer. She had two printers. She put it in the other one and it reads in that one. It's just weird like that. So there's no guarantee. So some people don't like this. The cons for me for EcoTanks is the overall maintenance. Some people never have an issue. Their lines never back up. They never have an air block. And hey, it's great. But if you ever have an air block or your colors get clogged, it's not an easy fix. You can sometimes just doing a printhead cleaning will clear it. Sometimes you have to do a power clean. When you do a power clean, it can take out half your ink to do a power cleaning. So it's like, yeah, you just got to decide which features you want and how much you want to spend. EcoTank printers are going to cost you more on the front end, less on the back end. Workforce printers are going to cost you less on the front end, more over time. Because you're going to have to keep buying chips. The chip reader came in today and it worked on my printer. Yay! Awesome to hear. I'm using another brand that's not HS ink, sublimation ink. I will need to drain my printer if I want to use HS ink. So I appreciate the support. I would love to have everybody and their mama using, honestly speaking, sublimation ink. But I live by the name that is on here. I live by being honest. And a lot of people think they're going to change out their ink and it's going to drastically change their colors. And that's really not the case. I just might have the same vendor as that particular company. There are some where the companies that we purchase our ink from, some of them have put labels on it thinking that we won't know that it's them. They're basically trying to cut us off at the knees and they're going to sell it on Amazon. But there's only a few, like I'm gonna say a few, there really is only a few factories. So there are factories that actually manufacture them. And then there are factories over there where all they do is bottle. So I'm gonna give y'all a little inside skinny on how this works. There are some factories that actually have the big machinery to produce this ink, right? Because it's all these machines and it has to spin and remove particles and do all this stuff. So they have it to actually produce this, right? They are the factory that manufactures the ink. Sometimes you are dealing with companies that they don't make it. All they have is really efficient bottling and labeling machines. So they will order inks by the drums from the factories. Because the factories can only take on so many orders. So they will go and they're just going to create barrels and barrels and barrels of ink for them. And then there is a company over there where all they have is a bunch of machines to bottle the ink and put labels on it. They're not actually making it. So I could be ordering from the exact factory. Somebody else can be ordering their ink, their white label ink from just a distributor. And they're just going to bottle it. But we technically have the same ink, but through Alibaba, we think we're going through different companies, but it's the same ink. 73.65% of the time, most of these inks are the exact same ink. It's just a matter of knowing how to do your proper settings. Now, paper will, hold on one second. Sorry, we have boat pickup tomorrow, and my husband's asking if he can take the trampoline apart because the safety net broke, and it's so crazy. It costs just as much to buy just the safety net and the padding as we paid for the entire trampoline. So he's just going to take it apart, put it on boat pickup, and we're just going to buy the kids a new trampoline. He's about to catch HE double hockey sticks because when Zani Mani sees him taking that trampoline down, he gonna have a fit. Zani Mani loves that thing, which means I'm probably gonna have to go to Walmart tomorrow or this weekend to buy him a new one. But anywho, paper makes a big difference in how those colors come out. The printer that you use makes a big difference. A lot of companies go and they will put that this is ink for eco tank printers only because they have the nozzle. There's no way to ever make sublimation ink that's going to match the color profile for eco tank printers unless it's the 16600 or 16650. Those use pigment ink, but all the other ones 15,000, 8550, 2720, 28, like those all use dye inks. You'll never be able to have this match it because it's just not the same. Dye ink looks like food coloring. This does not. So your ink probably isn't going to be the issue. I say use it until you get at least like close to that line, and then you can switch if you want to support the person that's actually giving you information. Hippo don't make videos. They get other people to, I said the name, damn it. They get other people to be affiliates and just promote for them, but they don't give you any type of education. So if you're wanting to support our company because you're actually getting education and information from us to help your business, we greatly appreciate it. But you can go and get some of that amazing paper. But switching out your ink isn't going to change your colors drastically. I'm just going to be honest. I'll take your money now if you want me to, but I'm just going to be honest with you. It's not going to make a big difference. All right. All right, let's see. OMG, thank you so much. I thought I just messed up a new printer order coming in. All right, cool beans. Why do you need a pressing pillow? Because it can help, because it's going to press into it. It can kind of basically even out some of those harsher lines. It's just like when you have something that has raised areas, they'll tell you to put a pressing pillow so that you can even out the pressure. That putting a pressing pillow under like a shirt where you're piecing it together can somewhat help even out that pressure because of the overlap. No matter what, even though paper is paper thin, quote unquote, you have a double layer of paper. So that is going to instantly create a different level or different amount of pressure. Yes, you can convert a 7720. That's the ones I have. I have videos on that. Yep, she says that's what I have. Hey, Dips. Okay, so hello. A friend just gave me an Epson Workforce 7620 printer. But she uses it for ink. Can I turn? Yes, you can. The 7620, if I'm not mistaken, that does use the 252s. So hold on, let me go to my website and make sure. I think it's the 3620 and 3640 that uses that. Yes. So when you go to the website, you are going to click on this collection right here, and it will have everything for that one. So it uses the 252. You can use the chip resetter and all that. So you can get the quick start bundle. You're going to get pre-filled cartridges, so you don't have to worry about doing the initial one and priming. We do that part for you. You're going to get your full set of inks that you will use after, when you need to fill them. You'll also get a chip resetter. You do not have to use a chip resetter on the cartridges. They're already set to full. You'll use that after you've printed some, and of course your syringes and your needles. So that's 121.30, and that will give you the full setup for your 3620 printer. All right. Hello from Texas. Awesome. And we do have the paper ink tape bundle. So if you want to, so you can kind of split it up where you can order the chip resetter, the syringes, needles, and the pre-fill, like if you want to break it up. But there is a paper ink tape bundle where you get a set of inks. You choose which paper you want. You have a small format, so you can get the one that is 8.5 by 11, 8.5 by 14-inch paper. And then you'll get a 1/2 inch and 1 inch heat tape. Our heat tape is non-staining, non-marking, so it doesn't leave the yellow marks. And I've tested that countless times. All right. Let's see. What questions do we have over here? So the XP 15,000 would not make a good summation printer. I don't know of too many places that sell the cartridges for that. So the Expressions one is one that is a cartridge-based printer. Any Epson printer can be used for sublimation. You simply have to find, if it's a cartridge-based one, you have to find someone that sells either a continuous ink system with chips or refillable cartridges for it with chips. And some of them do have a chipless firmware. The chipless firmware can be a pain in the ASS to install, but you have several options. But ideally, if you can find someone with refillable cartridges for them, that's going to be the best option. But any Epson printer can be made into a sublimation printer. Hello. For those who have just joined, welcome. Thank you guys for hopping on to the live. This is an open Q&A. Feel free to drop your questions, whether it is about sublimation, about business, starting, building, growing, scaling your business. Doesn't matter what it is. If you want to be like me and be a teacher, you have questions, an instructor, you have questions about that, your websites, sublimation, paper crafting, printing with printable vinyl, doing things like I was quite surprised at how many of you guys had never heard of Jet Pro 3G, which is the printable transfer paper that I've been making shirts like this for forever. So this was Kristen's 6th birthday shirt, and I made a post with her 5th birthday shirt that my mom had on this weekend, and my mom wears that shirt all the time, like all the time. She actually wears both of them. They're in her regular rotation. All right. Wait, you said no on 7820. What do you mean no on 7820? Oh, okay, wait. There we go. I missed it. Hello, I finally caught a live. I'm later coming in. Can you use a chip resetter? No, you cannot. You have to purchase what's these things called? Chips. So you slide the chip off, and then this comes with a clip, and then you slide this on. So no, there is no reset option for the newer workforce printers. So that's for the 7820, 7840, 7310, or C7000. You must purchase replacement chips. Chipless installed, have refillable cartridges already. So if you have that, then you're good to go. Are you experiencing issues with your Expressions 15,000? Because if you already have the chipless firmware and the refillable cartridges, you're set, ready to go. What do you recommend for flattening the roll of summation paper? So what you can do is, I don't really flatten it out. Mine doesn't, I don't have it where it jams. Now, if when you're putting it in, it's okay if it curls back on you. But if it's not catching, I'm just going to cut a little piece off of here. So if for some reason your roll isn't catching because it's coming this way, all you do is roll it the other way and kind of do that's, I'm going to do this down here because that looks so nasty. Put some of the skills, you may have learned back in the day to use with rolling it. and it will make it to where it's going to basically curl the other way, and then you'll be able to kind of put it in there. I normally don't have an issue. I just lay mine in the tray and it picks up and it feeds through. So, and if you're going to put it on in the rear, then you just kind of go. I kind of hold it there for it to catch, and then you just go. Y'all laughing at me? Oh, y'all caught that? My bad. The print head is being replaced. Oh, okay. But yeah, so once you get the print head replaced, everything else should work with it. I have not had a chance to. It's actually sitting right here. I don't know what I want to I don't know what I want to use it with, because it's one sheet. So I don't know. I haven't decided what I want to do with it. So it's still sitting here. I have not done it yet. I have done the video. When I do it, I'm actually going to do it live. I like the Jet Pro better, easier to use. Yeah, some people said it, like the Jet Pro is probably easier to use, but the feel of the DTV is a little bit better. So I haven't had a chance to actually use it yet. Yes, thank you. I go through a lot of black. It's expensive. I was forced to purchase that printer during the holidays last year because my belt broke. Okay, so I have a question. You say you go through black a lot. What print settings are you using, for one? And about how many prints? I'm going to tell you how many prints I got out of mine, and I don't print a lot to 8.5 by 11. The majority of those prints were 11 by 17, 13 by 19, and I done several roll prints because I did a few blankets, I did some towels, I did a shirt, and I'm going to tell you how many prints I got before my black went out. Right now, I'm still printing on it, and my colors have not gone out. And I'll tell you what number print I'm on for that one. But first, let me know, one, what print setting are you using, and about how many prints did you get out of it? And are you buying chips, like these type of chips, or are you going to the store and getting the Epson chips and putting those on? Which way are you doing it? Buying replacement chips, or are you still buying Epson cartridges and harvesting the chips? Okay, you print a lot of large prints. I do as well. But what print setting are you using? DTV is thin, but a pain to use with transfer paper. Let's see. What's the difference in the chips? So each chip is for specific printers. This is what your firmware is actually communicating with. So when you do the firmware, it's not about any, that's why they call it a chipless firmware. Every chip is programmed for a specific cartridge type. So these are 812s. You're not going to be able to see it, but like on this one, it actually says 812. The one for a 252 is for a 252. The one for an 802 says 802. This is actually what communicates with your firmware. So it has to be one that matches that printer. Okay, so that's why you're using premium matte. I'm not sure where you're getting from Etsy, how much it costs. Ours are $17 single, $60 for the set. So it comes out like to 15, some change, whatever. So $17. We have the extra XL. I'm not sure if you told me, and you use Best. Man, you're wasting so much ink, especially with the 7820. You don't have to print on premium matte plain paper setting. You want to know how many? Okay, I'll let you. I think I put it. Some of y'all said some crazy, outrageous ones, but how many prints do you think I got out of this? I use plain paper, bright white. That's the only setting that I use. We do sell these on our website, so if you're looking for a new place to order them from, we do have them on our website. And how many prints do you think I got out of it? And like I said, I print a lot of 11 by 17, 13 by 19, and I print to the roll paper. I've done maybe out of all those prints, maybe 20 of them were to 13 by at least 26. Because no, wait, my crowns are 24, so I kind of print to like, it's a little bit overlap, so let's say 25. So anywhere from 13 by 25 to 13 by 36, I've done quite a few of those. on this one set of chips. So I get 100 with this one. From the time I put it in, I monitored it. There was 150 prints with a black, like my black one did not go out. When I looked at it again, it said 155 prints before it finally showed me an X. My colored ones are still in there. I'm on a new black. My color ones are still in there. And I am now on print 192. And it's the colors are still going. There is still showing low. It is showing extremely low, but none of them have hit the X yet. And I'm at 192. But I only use plain paper setting. This right here is plain paper setting. This is not premium matte. Where's that shirt I just had? This is plain paper setting, not premium matte. With well, it is with honestly speaking sublimation paper though, so I can't speak what the other papers y'all using. Maybe you have to use premium matte, but over here at HS Ink, honey, we don't use premium matte. We use plain paper setting, and baby, the colors are giving. Bam. Let's see what else we have over here. Bam. Like plug out. She is giving, and she was pressed with an easy press. She was pressed with an easy press. There is a tumbler somewhere over here. Okay, wait. I always have to see which one. Nope. Nope. I think, shoot, I can't tell no more. I know it's not this one because this one has my logo on it. So I know it's not that one. Hold on. I got to figure out which one of these black ones I want to say is this one. Hold on. Let me hold up to this light. Yeah. So this is, it looks crazy on here because of the light, but this is plain and it's a solid black. This is plain paper setting. This is not premium matte. This is 2 layers of plain paper. This is premium matte. This is plain paper setting. I don't use premium matte. Plain paper setting. She says, "Oh, you have a new customer. I use somebody else." Okay, go over there, get your paper, girl. I'm telling you, plain paper setting, and your color's gonna be bomb. And if you're pressing at 400 degrees for 60 seconds, this was pressed in 4 30-second presses. This was done with the tacky paper, but 4 30-second presses. This was 1 30-second press, 365 degrees. How do you see the print counter? So you go to settings, and I'm not sure if it's under, I don't think it's under maintenance. I think it's under print settings or general settings. Hold on. You just go to settings, and it's the second one. So it does look like that, and it's because of the ring lights. So I'm going to turn my ring light off only because the LED lights. That happened to me once with a print. So I send my really large banner prints off. I outsource them. So he sent it back to me, and I was like, no, that's pink. No, stop it. Don't let it print. He's like, no, it's the lighting. Trust me, it's purple. When I went to go pick it up, it was absolutely gorgeous. It was the right shade of purple. So it's the LED lights in the ring light. But see, look, without that, it looks black. So the LED lights make it look kind of weird. So let me turn this back on, because see, for y'all to see me, I need my ring lights on. Your paper does not bleed and it's sticky. So we have two types of paper. The rolls is a tacky paper. It's not sticky on the roll, but as you press it, there is a tack to it. Oh, it's blue. Yeah, that's just you then. It definitely wasn't blue. It definitely wasn't blue. And then we do sell it in the rolls. So we have, not rolls, sheets. We have the regular fast dry sheets, which is your general purpose. I use this on shirts. Everybody else asks me for tacky paper sheets. I don't use it on shirts. I like my fast dry on shirts. But we also have the tacky sheets in all sizes, and we have the fast dry sheets. Tacky sheets, we are low. We only have a little bit left. This will not restock until 2023. Once these are gone, it's not going to restock anytime. Not until 2023 will these restock once they're out. Yep, I'm going to show you. I just turned on my heat press. So I will do a full demo for you. 365, 30 seconds. What's the difference between your chips and the harvested ones? So it's cheaper. When you buy, wait a minute. Hide that comment. When you buy your chips from when you buy the cartridges from Epson, you're buying their ink. So a standard Epson 812 cartridge costs $13 or $14. That's the standard size. An XL costs $28 to $30. For $17, this is an XL rated chip. So you're going to get 3 times the number of prints. And like I said, when you're going to buy it from Epson, you're paying for their packaging, you're paying for their cartridge, and you're paying for the ink that's in the cartridge, when all you really need is the chip. So doing it this way, you're only paying for the chip, since you're going to already have your own ink. Okay, so how do I use the rolls? I put it in there and keep it moving, shawty, like for real. So my 7720, 7710s, like those, you can put 13 inches in the trays. I simply put it in the tray and it picks up the top tray. For the 7820, 7840, you have to, for 13-inch rolls, you have to use the rear feed. The trays only go 11 inches wide. So you have to use the rear feed. So you just set it. Well, you don't have to set it, because when you put 13 inches, it's going to come from the rear. You just put it in there. It picks it up and it prints. Like there's nothing to it to print to the roll. Let's see. She says that's what I brought when I first started. She says it is sitting on the shelf for emergencies only. I know that's right. Oh, no. You are good, Joanna. Most of them are used to me, so they don't really ask a lot of questions. I am loving you right now because you're posting questions. I do these Q&As all the time. So those who are kind of used to me probably have heard me say all of this information 1,001 times, but they're sticking around just because they love the professor. But I love questions. For me, like I thrive on this. This is when there's questions coming back to back, I'm in my zone. This is what I absolutely love to do. This is the best part of my job is answering questions. So it's never a takeover. It's never 20 questions. I don't care if the same question was asked like three videos ago. I tried not to answer the same question in the video, like the same live. You just got to go back and watch the playback. But I answer the same question. That's why I said most of them probably aren't asking anything because they've heard me say this. But feel free to post as many questions as you need. Yeah, see, Jesse told you you're good over here. We don't mind questions. We like questions over here. As soon as I hit print settings, the counter was there. Yeah, it's the second one down. All right. So tacky sheets would avoid the heat tape. Is that the reason for the tacky? So yes and no. Again, I use fast dry. I don't use my tacky sheets for shirts. So someone asked, what would be one of the reasons when you would use tacky? So here's how I originally like wanted to use the tacky paper. I got mine. I had rolls. When we first started, we only had the rolls. We didn't have the sheets. Them folk out there asked for the sheets because it just made it easier where they didn't have to cut it down because some people do like it for like shirts and stuff. I know over there at Imperfectly Qualified and Shiny Designs by Shiny D, her husband loves the tacky sheets. I'm one where I just don't really use them. So what I use them for is if I'm doing something oversized. If you go back on YouTube, you go to Honestly Speaking's YouTube channel, I showed me pressing this in sections, right? So with the tacky sheets, I don't use a hardboard. It just was flopping in the wind because once you press this section, the paper is stuck to it. I'm not worried about it shifting or moving for the next part. So I just go press it. It's going to stick. I can easily just move it over, press it again, and press it however many times I need. So for anything oversized like towels, ties, I just had one. Where is it? The graduation stoles. So I just print it and then I'm able to just press it and then move this and press it in sections and it's going to stick. It's not going to ghost. So tacky paper creates a temporary tack so that your paper doesn't shift and you end up with ghosting. But our fast dry paper doesn't produce a lot of ghosting to begin with unless you move it. Like, so if you have a heat press and you are someone that's dialing your pressure up way too high, most times when you guys are getting ghosting, even with them other folk paper, it's because of you. You got your pressure dialed up too high. So you know how y'all like to go and tussle with your heat press and you go, you pull it down and you got to pop it down. Well, that can cause your paper to shift. As soon as that heat kind of gets to that paper, it's starting the sublimation process. So a lot of the times you're getting that ghosting in the beginning because your paper moves a little bit. A lot of people say, okay, certain papers, it's once you pop it up. And if you let it pop up too fast, or if you have an auto press, your paper is going to move. Well, certain papers does not complete. If you ever listen to my videos, any of my advertisements, I don't advertise about ink release. I could give half a monkey's crap about ink release because it's really the gas. Those who say ink release don't understand how sublimation works. So you want it to complete the sublimation process. You want it to stop gassing. You care about the ink release. There are times where it seems like there's like a little bit more ink on it, but you want it to know that once you remove that heat, it's no longer gassing off. And that's what our paper does. So even if it pops up and it moves, you're not going to get ghosting from if it pops up and your paper moves. One, our paper does this wonderful little thing where it domes out. So it's going to be raised up. It's not going to be on your paper, on your substrate, and it stops gassing. So that's the amazing part. But I can't really say that because y'all don't understand. If I just would say it completes the sublimation process and it stops gassing, y'all would be like, huh, what? Y'all like to just hear ink release, but it really, think about it. With other papers, like one of the most well-known was like everyone starts with a sub. Think about how much of the print or the ink. Now with that one, ink is left on there because it's tinting the paper. So think about how much ink is left on there yet you still get a vibrant print. So it's not about ink release. You want it to completely gas off, and that's what our paper does. So like I said, I like to use it for oversized things so that it presses and it kind of stays. Some people like to use it for shirts. I will tell you this, I'm going to be perfectly honest. You have to adjust your settings, and you're going to end up having to clean your rollers a lot more often with the tacky paper because it has the coating on it so that it creates that tack. You can end up with pinwheels because you're using a printer that wasn't really made for tacky paper. Most big, it's made for like the bigger printers. And with the bigger industrial printers, once you print to it, rollers never touch that paper again because it's held by the roll. But when you're printing sheets, you have to have those front rollers to keep the sheets in line. So because of that, and it's rolling over it, it's not going to dry fast enough. So what you end up having to do is take your density down to minimize the amount of pinwheels that you can get, or like you guys like to call them, pizza wheels, because it does have a coating on it. So you end up having to have two settings. One, if you're using fast dry, one, if you're using tacky paper, and you're going to adjust the amount of ink that is laid down by adjusting your density. Okay. So how many more minutes do we have? We have, it's a long time. It's 17 minutes, but I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to show you that I can press at 325 and it still look dope as hell. So it's 17 minutes to 365. But when it gets to 325, I'm going to do a press. All right. So let's print something out here. Let's see. We don't have any rolls. They're not going to be in for a while. But if you need absolutely need rolls like right now, the blank spot, D and Eric, go holler at them. Trust them completely. I actually have some of their roll paper. You can check them out for the rolls, but we are not, it'll be a little minute before it gets here. I definitely love engagement. I watched you over the weekend. You helped me flush my black ink cartridge. Yay. Do you have a video how to make a small printer print larger? Yes, I have a whole class on that. Now, if you want to, I do have a video where I kind of show like oversized prints and I show an example of that. But if you want like a full detail, step-by-step, like everything you can think of, like every question you can think of type of class, it's on my website. It's 3365. We went through Silhouette Studio, breaking up a design. I gave you some sample prints to practice on, and then I showed how to put it all together. So you can definitely check out that class. But if you want, on Silaholics Anonymous's YouTube channel, if you search Silaholics Anonymous oversized prints, I show you how to break it up. And so all you do is just design it and then break it up. She says, I took that class. It's great. Let's see. Okay. I'm missing some over here. I answered the tacky question. Oh, thank you. Incredible greetings, Grandma Baby Designs. The rear feed's been giving me trouble jamming the 7720. I can't, I'm not sure, like each printer is different, but I don't really use my rear feed. I always use the trays on my 7720. I only use the rear feed on my newer ones because that's where you have to put 13-inch paper. I may have to rearrange my whole space to accommodate the rolls. So you don't use the entire roll. You have to cut it into sheets. You can only print up to 47 inches long. So the longest sheet that you can measure and cut is 47 inches. You can't just put the roll on the printer if it's not a roll-fed printer already. Having difficulties getting lines removed from prints from the 2720. I've tried cleaning and alignments. When you do a nozzle check, you have breaks in it. I have one, my 2720, it's acting crazy, and I've done the power clean and it still has breaks in the magenta. All the other colors are great except the magenta one. Magenta or cyan, one of those, it just has breaks and it's just not going to fix. So I use that one just for like demo purposes. It's not my main one that I use. So if you end up when you do a power clean, you cannot print anything else for 12 hours. So you can't do a power clean and then check the nozzle check. You have to do the power clean and let it sit for at least 12 hours. And then you can go and do a print head nozzle check to see if it fixed it. If it does not fix it, then your print head is probably gone on that printer. I don't have an Epson EcoTank 8550. Like I said, I like workforces. I'm not going to pay $800 for a printer that does the same thing as my other ones, and it uses dye inks. For me, I don't like EcoTank printers because they use dye inks, and sublimation ink is based off of pigment ink. So the color accuracy is not, from my standards of color, I'm never going to get that from an EcoTank printer. So I'm never going to invest in it for it to be my main printer. And then for it to be $800 for what? Like, I could get that. Like, my 7840 cost what? $329, $349. My 7820 was what? $299. So it's less on the front end. And then when it comes to chips, I mean, I use a lot of you got some people send their chips back and say they don't work. We just kind of keep those in our stash and we use them for ourselves. But if I had to buy them, paying like $15 or $17, you would end up having quite a few refills before you equal $800. So for me personally, for sublimation, it don't make sense to me. So that's just my take. The printer itself, as a photo printer, I know someone with it, they keep the regular ink in it and it prints beautifully. I mean, the photos on there is absolutely amazing, especially black and white because of that gray ink. But as for sublimation, it's really, you're spending $800 to really do nothing. I mean, yeah. So DTF, I don't do converted DTF printers. I think it's just not worth it. You cannot really shake your white ink, which even for industrial ones, they will tell you that every day when you come in for your DTF printers, you should shake your cartridge. You should shake it. You can't do that with EcoTank printers. So you may end up wasting ink trying to go through the maintenance to flush it out and get your white ink to go back. So I personally don't really like the thought of converting DTF. I never got into it. It never appealed to me. I love the fact that they're coming out now with like companies are coming out with DTF printers, but even with that, because it's newer technology, there's still issues. I know FloridaFlex, they have the STS one from All American, or I probably got it from STS because they're here in South Florida, and they had issues with their white clogging. They had issues with their print head. They had to get it replaced, and they haven't even had it that long. So even with the actual DTF printers, there can be issues with it. So for us, I want to do DTG. You can do DTF. We actually just got the quote. We're about to purchase ours. We're getting the Echo 2. And it is a DTG printer, but they have an anti-static or a slip mat where you can put the DTF film on and you put it in, it just prints it out. So it's a DTG printer, but we can use it to make DTF transfers if we wanted to make transfers. So we plan to do that. That's the only way that I was going to get into DTF, is to use a DTG printer. Before they started making all of these, I was like, okay, well, I'll do that with the DTG printer because it's the same thing. I've done screen print transfers for years, and it's the same adhesive powder. So when they're doing screen print transfers, they're screen printing it onto a release paper. They're putting the powder on it. They're curing that powder on the back. That's the same thing that you're doing with DTF. That's it. So I already knew about the process for sublimation. I mean, for screen printing. So I wanted to, I'm like, I think it's a cool thing. It is something you ask anyone, even in the screen printing industry, it is going to take over, because if you're doing full color screen prints, even if you're doing screen print transfers, if it's a full color, you have to use 5 colors: cyan, magenta, yellow, cyan, magenta, yellow, black, and you still have to use the white. So you're using 5 screens. So they have to go, coat, register, set up, register 5 screens, and you have to print, flash, print, flash, print, flash to get all those colors. So it's still a labor-intensive process. But with DTF, especially with DTG, well, DTF, because DTG's been around for a while, you can do a full color print. You're going to put that same exact adhesive powder on the back. You're going to do the same thing as far as curing it. and then people can press it and go. So it is something that is taking over the print industry to where even people who do sublimation, I keep saying sublimation, who do screen print, they're adding DTF to their process because of that. Like they can do it without having to do at a minimum 5 screens. And if you're doing a highlight white, you're using 6 screens for a full color print. So it's something that's taking over. I just will never convert a printer. No, we don't carry the cartridges. Any ink can go in any printer, but what you need is the cartridge. We do not sell the cartridge for the Expressions 15,000. You saw the shaking part on YouTube. I've only been selling locally so far. What's the best shipping to go with? Thanks for being so helpful. Hold on. You're saying it correctly. I misspoke. Okay. So I use Shopify. So my shipping is built into it. I'm able to create my products and it automatically has the weight for that product. So no matter what anyone adds, it's going to automatically add it up and it's going to give them the shipping. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to weigh it every time. I don't have to go to an external one. So it's a little bit different for me. All of these other shipping ones, if you really compare them, they really are the same. No one is really better than the other as far as pricing. They're going to be very, very similar because you're basically getting their cubic rate. So on my one Shopify, we have the $29 plan because that one's not as active. And the shipping is like, okay, on our HS Inc. website, we have the middle plan. So you get a better rate on shipping. It's what's called cubic. So it's almost like it's almost like the regional boxes, or like kind of like flat rate, but not quite. It's a cubic rate. So it's sometimes you can add a bunch of stuff and your shipping doesn't change. So it's based off of like the region that you're in. So that's what I use. Now, if you're not using a website, you're still using Etsy, or you're just doing like your regular taking orders via email or whatever, you just want to ship it out. You can use ShipStation, you can use Shippo, you can use Pirate Ship. ShipStation is it's what PayPal Ship Now is now ShipStation. So I used to use PayPal shipping. So PayPal Ship Now, used to be able to go on there and do it straight through PayPal. Now, when you go on there, it'll tell you it's with ShipStation. It's ShipStation, not Shippo. Yeah, I think it's ShipStation. So ShipStation, I've used it technically before because it's PayPal Ship Now. And you have Shippo and you have Pirate Ship. The only one that I really would not recommend is Stamps. I don't understand why they are charging you a monthly fee to get the discount rates when you can just go through all of those other ones to get the rates and they're not charging you a monthly fee. So ShipStation, Shippo, or Pirate Ship, or go through your girl and get you a Shopify website and it's all included. And you get Shopify's rates. Yes. So you print, you powder, you cure, then you press, then you let it cool, and then you move the transfer and you press again. So it's quite a bit of a process. All right. Oh, wait, shoot. We're at 3:37. I didn't print anything. Hold on. Let me get this printed out so that I can show you before it gets to 365. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. A change is coming. Hold on. Don't worry about a thing. Hold on. All right, let's see. What do I want to print? What do I want to print? Ooh, I'm hungry. I need to eat. Ooh, I was supposed to cook dinner tonight. It was my night to cook dinner, and I'm in here playing with y'all. Hold on. Oh, crapola. I forgot it's my night to cook dinner. Okay, hold on. Let me find a file real quick to print. Let's see. Oh, even though I did it on there, let's print out my sister's City Girl shirt. Ooh, let's do that one, shall we? I'm going to print out my sister's City Girl. Let's see. I know, right? All this talking. I've been on here for almost 2 hours. I said I wasn't doing any more of those. Um, that process is still the same process. That process is expensive. Oh, seriously, oh gosh, you suck, Silhouette. It was the rhinestone designs. It made it to where uh it just made Silhouette Studio act cuckoo crazy. So I gotta open that back up. You can use the roll in the front. Yes, you can. You can use the rolls in the front feed. Close all windows. So yes, you can. I do it all the time. I even have a video showing it going through the front. It's on my Honestly Speaking YouTube channel. Hello. Yes, 2 hours. Nah, my husband's gonna cook. I was supposed to cook. He's just gonna be one to cook. Why do I use Silhouette to design? Because I fell in love with it 7 years ago. I originally started, and I had a Cricut. I use Cricut with shortcuts a lot and Make the Cut. That was before ProvoCraft sued them. And then once you did the firmware, this is why people are afraid of firmware updates, because of people like Cricut or ProvoCraft. Because once they did the firmware update, you could no longer use shortcuts a lot and Make the Cut, to where you can like freely design. You weren't restricted to the cartridges. So once they did that, I had to find a new system. I was this close to getting an Eclipse system. I ended up getting a Silhouette Cameo, and then just playing around in the software. I was like, wait, I could do the same thing that I was doing in Corel Draw and Illustrator. And then I found some more tools. I was like, damn, this is what I was doing in Photoshop. Okay. And I love it. I use cameos. I have 6 of them. So I had to really learn it to be able to, cut ideally and create all the amazing things I create with the Cameo for my business. And then just doing that, I wasn't always doing sublimation. I got into printing in-house. So I would design for sublimation, but I would send it out. I would outsource it. I just started doing in-house sublimation and printing to that. You see, we've had our product line for 2 years. And then, so 2 years before that. So like 5 years, I've been doing in-house sublimation. But just for regular designs, like I was creating like invitations and stuff like that. And I used to use Corel Draw and Photoshop, Illustrator, and even Word back in the day. And just in setting up designs for print and cuts, I realized, damn, I can do all of that here. I don't have to keep bouncing back and forth. Now, there are some things that I have to go to Photoshop for like glows and drop shadows. If I want to clone something, or like sometimes extend something in an easy way, I go to Photoshop. But you can design so many things. And like this entire stole, everything here was done. So with the offsetting, the shadows, even like the lining around it, putting that there on this side, putting the the ombre effect right here. Wait, I forgot. You guys can't see it on. Oh, wait, you guys can't see it. So putting this, so the fade out in the back. Only thing that you can't do is like fade here, but with the fade bars, you can. So like putting this here on this side, the gradient that's in there, like stacking the photos, this entire thing, the text effects on the 2021, all of this was done in Silhouette Studio. What's BS? What's BS? That I designed everything in Silhouette Studio, or the fact that with ProvoCraft, when they sued them and you couldn't use it? Because I'm not lying. I did all this in Silhouette Studio. So yes, so you don't have to So you don't have to upgrade to make SVGs from Silhouette Studio. You have to do the update. So you don't have to upgrade. You have to do you don't have to update, but you do have to upgrade to designer or above to open SVGs. But if you want to create and save as an SVG, now you cannot do it from just the free version. Like that's the easy way to do it. You have to have business. So you do have to update, and you have to update to at least 4.344 to be able to save. You have to have business edition, but I have a video. If you can do it for free, you can only do 10 per day, but you can save SVGs from the free version. You have to save it as a silhouette file. There is a converter site that converts from Studio to SVG. So you don't have to. You can do it from the free version. Oh, you believe me. Oh, okay. Um, oh yeah, I went back and read it. So it was blocked off and I scrolled down, then I saw it. Can you use Silhouette if you don't have one? Yes, you can. The base program is free. Even if you want to get the upgrades, you want to get business edition, you still don't have to have a machine. Silhouette Studio is a standalone graphic designing software. How do you add the fade to the image? I made in Photoshop what's called fade bars. And so I sell them on our site, and you can easily change the colors of them. If you don't want the colors that it comes with, you can use the effects tool and change the colors, but I sell them. So you can't technically do it in Silhouette Studio. You have to purchase them and then use them. I was the originator. There's quite a few people who have videos and who are selling them now, but I was the originator. Okay. I'm not going to I'm going to have to take it down because I'm at 365 now, but it just opened back up. So we're going to do this City Girls shirt. So this is the Eco Solvent version. Of course, I won't be able to do it on a black shirt. I'm going to just do it on a white shirt, but this is the Eco Solvent version. And I'm going to do it with sublimation. Just as soon as this finishes open up. Oh, come on. What is happening here? Oh my gosh. Seriously? Silhouette Studio is on the fritz. It is like, it doesn't want to open up that file. This shirt was done Eco Solvent with an actual Eco Solvent printer. So this one was done with my Roland BN20 and printed on Caesar Color Print PU. And so this is an Eco Solvent. It's like vinyl. All right, okay, I'm going to go down here. Let's see if I can get this one to open and not shut down. It seems like the one from, oh, come on. Okay, damn it. Why does it keep shutting down with the City Girls file? Okay, City Girls file, not playing very nice. All right, let's see. Yeah, it's not playing nice at all. It's not playing nice. Okay. It's won't play nice from Silhouette, but because it is an Eco Solvent file, I can open it from Cricut Design, not Cricut. Well, that too, but I'm going to open it from Adobe Illustrator. And I'm going to hold on. Who y'all is over here? Facebook and YouTube, you're going to go black for just a second. All right, so I'm going to just open up Adobe because it won't print. It won't open. It's acting crazy. Did you say that you're doing another Shopify setup class? No. Well, actually, no, I am, because they've added some things. So it's not, I really don't want to have to do it over from the beginning because it is a lot of the same things in there. So what I may end up doing is keeping the same base for everything else. And, you know, when they sign up for it, it'll be a new Zoom link, like on the dashboard, to where I can go over some of the newer features, like the flows and segmentation, the fact that they have like their own version of Linktree, like it's called Link Pop. So all of those, I may end up doing that because it's really pointless. Like, I mean, the structure of it hasn't changed. So I went back and forth on whether or not I wanted to do a whole new class just for y'all to come and barely ask questions. If y'all actually was engaged and asked questions or was following along with me, most of you guys come to the classes and you kind of watch and do it on your own. So I'm like, if y'all gonna do that anyway, ain't no sense in me doing a whole new live class for the entire thing, like, because that's gonna be several days. So I might just add to the one that is there and just do the new features. Yeah, once you get into it, time flies. Did you say, oh, I read that one. So I don't necessarily set it up for you. What I do is assist you with it. I don't have the time to set up anybody's Shopify site. But what you do is you book appointment with me. I set it up because I'm a Shopify partner. So I set it up on my side. And basically, you have longer than 14 days to get it all set up with support from me. Is it free service? No. You do have to pay for it, but it's not like super expensive. So I'll go in and you can either pay for a one-on-one like private session to learn how to do it, or you can get my Shopify so that you can kind of learn like all of the interworkings. But I do like a mini session with you, just kind of go over like the basics. And then you have a certain number of sessions where like once you kind of do certain things and you want me to kind of go in and check it, and I can always go in and like check it. So I'll go in and check all of those things and be able to support you along the way. So if it takes you 2 months to get all of your pictures, your thumbnails, but you want to get used to like setting it up, you can do it that way. And then you don't start to pay Shopify until you are ready to actually go live. So you get to have the entire site set up when you go through me. But I don't set it up. I don't have the time, but I walk you through it and let you know all of like the best things, like best apps and all of that stuff to include. My mom came here. Yeah, because it's 7 o'clock. I got to get ready to get out of here. I want this to print out. Hold on. I'm waiting for Illustrator to open up so that I can, oh, wow. Okay. I think my computer itself is just acting wonky because Illustrator is not opening up either. So I think it might just be the resources on my computer because, oh no, I forgot. Adobe did an update. It was redoing it. If you don't know, it's no longer Photoshop and Illustrator 2022. There's a 2023 version that is out. That's what it was doing because it went away and then it popped back up. So the 2023 version just updated on my computer. All right, so we're going to go open recent. Let's go to City Girls. Where is City Girls shirt cut file? Listening to you last year, I purchased the Solicitor Business Edition last year. I love it. I'm still using the other machine, unfortunately. It's okay. It's okay. I primarily use Silhouette Studio Business Edition and do not own a silhouette cutting machine. Exactly. And you can still take my class and learn how to use the software completely. All right. Let's see. What did I miss over here? Can you create an all-over shirt with Silhouette Studio? That's where this was made. And this did not come. So everything here, I traced the Jumpman, I redid the Howard, and that the background was an actual picture of Howard to have the clock tower. I added the blue overlay over it. And then I took these from a different advertisement that they had and I layered it on here. I laid it on here so that it went on the sleeves. So everything about this was designed in Silhouette Studio. So yes, you can. All right, let's print this out. Oh crap. Okay, wait, let's see. File, new. Let's go 13 by 19. We're going to go 13 by 19. I did not want to do CMYK. That's not what I told you to do. I told you to do RGB. So not open, cancel. All right, file, new. I could just change the mode, but I don't feel like doing it. 13 by 19 RGB and create. All right, so we're going to take this one. We're going to exit and open it over here and put this here. Oh, I hate when it does that. Damn it. It's gonna act dumb. Man, come on, Silhouette. Why are you not opening? Okay, let's try it this way. File. Hello, mother. Open. On my computer. Business. Where's the business file? Roland. Print jobs. October 13th. Nope, wrong one. That would be. Okay, nope. So that is probably still under here. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for this dumb file because Silhouette Studio don't want to open up. Okay. City Girls, cut file. Okay. Got to give me a minute. I like the business edition because the rhinestone, but you just missed it. It actually, even though I feel like I shouldn't, I think it might still be on sale. Swing Design just had one, and I get credit for that one. But I'm going to be nice and check and make sure. But if I'm not mistaken, it's actually on sale for $50. At least it was last week. So let's go to www.silhouette. It's worth $100 though. It really is worth it. SilhouetteAmerica.com. And let's go to software. Get software. I'm going to tell you if it's still on sale. Buy, upgrade, yes. Business edition, although I don't get credit for it. I'm here for y'all though. If you go to Silhouette America's website right now, business edition is $49.99. So you can head on over there and get that. All right. $11.17. Create. And we're going to take this over here. We're going to. I don't understand why it's coming in so friggin' huge over here. I really don't understand why it's coming in so freaking huge. All right. All right, I'm ready to print this. So file, print. It's probably going to print with this stupid blue. Yeah. Ain't nothing I can do about it. It's just a test print. It's going to print with the cut line around it, but it's okay. File. Print. We're going to go print settings. We're going to print this. I'm going to print it from in here. My 7210 is acting kind of funky, but we're still going to print from that one because I don't feel like going out to the main print room. All right, so we're going to go to print settings. We're going to do 11 by 17. High quiet mode. Mirror. I'm going to do one on fast dry and one on tacky paper so you can see the difference, okay? Okay. All right, so we're going to go okay, okay, and we're going to print, proceed. And I'm going to print it again because I'm going to send tacky paper over there as well. Oh wait, shoot. I don't know what's in there right now. Hold on. It actually might be tacky paper in there. I think the 8.5 by 14 was the regular one. I may have to run and get a, what's that, 8.5 by 11. Un momento. All right. Sorry about the delay. We're going to finally press. So this is a sample pack. We do sell sample packs. It's 20 sheets. So let me put that in here. Hold on. How did I know I was going to look for it from tray 2? How did I know that? All right. And all right, let me do a little tacky print as well, which I don't know what I did with the tacky paper. I thought I took it with me, but obviously I didn't. Hold on. Okay, so we're going to go File, Print Settings, Cassette 1. Okay, and print. All right, as soon as that's done, we're going to switch over. So if you're going to upgrade from designer to business, it is basic to designer, basic to business. Hold on. Because it's a separate one. If you want to go from designer to business, it's a different upgrade. Where is it though? They don't have all of them on this page, which is kind of weird. Okay, let's go shop. Software. Okay. I don't know why it's not coming up, but you want to get the designer to business upgrade, not just, if you get just the business one, it's going to give you an error. Yeah, you got it. Awesome. All right. So that one's printed out. I think it's still giving me another. This damn Yuka board is getting on my nerves. All right, did it not print? No, it didn't. Okay. Proceed. All right. Hold on, I might as well stay over here. Nope. Okay. All right, so now the next one's going to print. All right. We're going to move. We're going to switch. Seriously? Okay. That one is printing out. All right, we're going to switch you guys over to the other camera, which is not reading. Why are you not reading? Oh, it's disconnected. My husband disconnected it. If y'all can see my butt, I'm so sorry. Jesus. Okay. Let's switch y'all over to the other camera. Okay, it's still not picking up. Why is that? Why is it not picking up? Oh, y'all might be out of gas over here. We're going to move y'all. Hmm. Okay. For some reason, it's not picking up my cameras. Okay. Well, y'all just going to have to see it from here. But I'm going to flip y'all over. Ooh. I'm just going to use one of these shirts. This one. I'm just going to use this. I do have to protect my platen because there's ink on the back. I gotta rotate my platen. All right. Took us long enough to get to this point, but we're here. All right, we're going to press this. So this one is the fast dry. I'm going to press them both at the same time. All right. This one, I purposely printed on a 13 by 19 so I know the difference. This is the tacky. So I'm going to show you the difference between the tacky and the fast dry. Not a class, just a live. Always trim your edges just in case there's ink on it. So this is the tacky. This is the fast dry. You can tell a little, especially on TikTok, you guys can tell a little bit of a difference because wait a minute, now I can't tell. Okay, yeah. The tacky one has a little bit more of a shine to it. So you can see the shine on that one. This one doesn't. So you see a little bit of that shine. This one doesn't. So over here, it's a little bit harder to tell, but this is the tacky. This is the fast dry. Yeah. All right. So we're going to move y'all a little bit closer. Unfortunately, I can't change you guys. Yeah, for some reason, my other camera is just not popping up. So I can't change y'all. Fast dry to the top, tacky to the bottom. Oh, wait. Let me check my pressure because I was doing some other stuff. So let me check my pressure. Yeah, see? Glad I did do that because my pressure is way off. So I got to decrease my pressure. I only need about a 1. If that, like right now it's at 0, I can technically use that. Okay, now I'm right at a 1. As I said, I don't lint brush. I don't use any tape. I don't use butcher paper on top. I don't use any butcher paper inside. So again, fast dry, which means it's not tacky, and this is the tacky paper. I'm confused on what is been called tacky versus fast dry. So tacky paper is a form of sublimation paper where it can help prevent ghosting because it creates a temporary tack which will prevent it from shifting. If your heat press lifts up too fast, it's going to tack it down to the shirt. So it'll be adhered to it. You're going to see now. So I'm going to move this. It doesn't move, but I'm going to move this. It's hot. I was trying to create a ghosting. So this is what's left. The tacky is stuck to the shirt. So it creates a temporary tack so that it doesn't shift. If you have a pre-press that's aggressive when you lift it up and you're using a paper that does not complete the sublimation process and it continues to gas off, it can cause ghosting. But when it sticks in place like this, it's not going to shift. So we pull this off. So this is the tacky. This is the fast dry. 300. Oh, you guys can't see that. I can take you all off the tripod. Why am I having 365 degrees, 30 seconds. All right. And here is the press. Wait, which way I do it? Okay, wait, this way. So this was fast dry. This was tacky.
They look the same.
I know. They just wanted to see the difference in the tacky paper and the fast dry paper.
Oh.
And I was saying that I personally don't care. I don't use the the tacky. I stick with fast dry. So, but some people love the tacky paper. For me, I just stick with fast dry. I don't have to use tape. I don't get ghosting. You saw I move that around. There's no ghosting. There's no ghosting on there. And I moved it around. So some people prefer just for just for their state, their sanity, they prefer to use the tacky paper. I like fast dry. I only use tacky if I'm doing oversized items. All right, I'm going to do it one more time. Will it fit on here? I'm going to do it on the back of my towel, but I have to change out my butcher paper. Huh?
It gassed off a lot though.
Oh, well, because there's a print on the back of that.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. So anytime, thank you for saying that. Anytime you have sublimation ink, anytime heat touches it, it is going to regas. It is going to regas. That's why I put this down on my platen. Because look, this is the print. Now, it doesn't necessarily affect the shirt. This is still vibrant. It didn't affect the color on the shirt, but it will mess up your platen. So if you're doing double-sided, I just did that for no reason. I'm going to show y'all. One of the things I love, before I do it on the towel, one of the things I love.
Why you didn't cut it?
You don't have to cut it.
Oh.
One of the things I love about this heat press, guess what? You can thread it. So if you're doing a double-sided sublimation shirt, you don't have to worry about butcher paper. So now, I ain't got to use butcher paper at all except to press out the line. So I'm going to thread this. This is a small shirt, so I really need a smaller platen, but this gonna work for now. So we're gonna thread it, and this is fast dry. What brand of paper? It is, honestly speaking, sublimation paper. You're gonna get it at shop.hse365.com. So honestly speaking, and let me grab this. And I'm going to show you on a hard substrate or something that's not a shirt. I'm purposely pushing it around.
You're trying to create ghosting?
Yes. I want it to ghost. But guess what? It's not going to ghost. It stops bleeding. It stops gassing. It stops gassing. So I moved that all around. I wasn't worried about anything getting on here because it doesn't bleed through because I'm using a lower temperature, a lower time, and I'm not using a lot of pressure. So I'm not even worried about this ink going through the shirt and getting on my platen. It's not on there. So there's that one on the back of this one. Now, this isn't the shirt that I'm actually using. Now there is the line of demarcation. You have to watch my other video where that's where I use butcher paper. I put it on top. I increase my pressure and I do a second press to remove that line of demarcation. But there's that one. So now we're going to put that tacky one on the other side of this. So as always, no matter what, you always want to trim down your edges just in case you have ink on your paper. You always want to trim down your edges. All right, so we're going to put that on there. And I don't think this one has, shoot. I don't remember if this one has threads. Shoot.
Is it gonna go through?
I'm gonna, to be on the safe side, I'm gonna cover this up with some parchment paper. Not because of the bleed, but because certain microfiber towels, the threading on it melts and it can get on my platen. So to be on the safe side, I'm gonna cover this bad boy up with some parchment paper because I'm not trying to mess up the heat press. But it's not because of the paper. It is simply because the threads might melt. I really appreciate that. Now I have to learn how to use Silhouette BE, my 30-day course. I mean, it's really no different. If you've used Silhouette Studio, it's the same exact way. It just unlocks additional tools like saving, opening up other files. But for the most part, it's pretty much the same. So your ink is not going to come off of a sub because it tints the paper. The way that our paper is made, it doesn't, there's a coating on it. That's what makes it a faster release. There's a slight coating on both of them. So it's not going to completely tint the paper. So what you're seeing is not necessarily the paper's tinted. That's more so what you're seeing. So normally, yeah, but this I use parchment paper, so you can tell if you see it, but no, I don't see anything, and they're still soft. So these don't melt. So this is it on the back of here, still 30 seconds. All right, I'm gonna do one more thing and I'm gonna get out of here. I was looking for, I'm gonna do this Cricut coaster if this print is big enough. I think I have, all right, this is a crazy looking print because it's actually going to be, I made a mistake and printed this tie-dye on top of the, what's this thing called? Camo. So it's going to look crazy. I'm telling you now, it's going to look a little crazy, but I just want you to see that no matter what, it presses in 30 seconds. What did I just do with the scissors? Oh, here it is. So I'm gonna give you fair warning. It's gonna look crazy because it's a mixture of camo and tie-dye. But it's to prove a point. Okay. So I'm just gonna fold this in half. I need to check the pressure on this. A 1. Perfect.
I think they like me. The thing is how to determine what pressure on different substrates is where I struggle with.
So it's, I mean, for sublimation, people will tell you that you need, so her question was, how do you know what pressure for different substrates? You really don't need a lot of pressure for sublimation, contrary to what people will tell you. You really don't need heavy pressure. You just need even pressure. So on this, I'm looking for the same way my shirt was. I want a pressure of, let's say a pressure of 1. This one did pretty good because it's thin. So if I close this, it's still showing me a 1. Now, if I were to, let's say I was sublimating onto this and I put this, God damn it, shit. Or if I was putting this, I know. If I was putting this on here, I'm going to cover it up only because I think this might be polyester. So if I was putting this on here, if I try and close this now, I can't close it. So this is something that's thicker. So what you do is you have to raise your platen up, or however yours works. You're going to decrease the pressure. So I'm going to turn this so that it raises up. Now this one's only going to go but so high, and that's really thick. So now that's kind of me. It wasn't, I can actually close it. The first time I couldn't close it, but this is a really, really thick substrate. So it's a little bit mean item. Oh wait, I'm going the wrong way. Hold on. That has popped me so many times trying to. Okay, there we go. So right now, with that being that high, this may read as like a 0. So if I would have left it where it was at for that one, like see, see, I can pull it, so it's too loose. Mm-hmm. So now you have to adjust it back down so that you get a tight and even pressure, and it's a 1. Mm-hmm. So that's how you determine the pressure.
I think that's where a lot of people struggle, because that's where I struggle.
All right. So I'm going to drop this on here. $365, 30 seconds. This is, it has cork on the back. The top, I have no idea what it is. I'm even going to do a metal card. Actually, I'm going to do both sides of this metal card. So I'm going to take this metal card, put it in here like this. I'm going to put some heat tape just to close this in.
Ooh, that's pretty. You can have a little people for Cocoa Puffs. It's actually pretty.
I'm going to put this here. I'm going to adjust the pressure a little bit because this is super thin. Still, 365, 30 seconds.
It's pretty.
Shit, hot. That's what it is. I don't know where my heat gloves are. Oh, here you go, right here. Still 30 seconds.
It's shiny. I like it.
Yeah, it's a coaster, so.
Oh, I need that. Let me get that. I need that for my room. Let me get that.
Still 30 seconds, and it completely sublimates.
Let me get that, thanks.
It's still hot, ma'am.
I need a coaster for my drinks.
This was a metal business card. Now, I guess I didn't push it all the way back, but both sides at one time. 30 seconds.
Yeah, the top, the pink showing.
Well, that one has it on there too.
No, I like this one. This one came out good.
30 seconds. So it doesn't matter what you're pressing. I don't have to figure out changing a bunch of settings for this or that. The only thing I really adjust the settings for is acrylic, because it doesn't, if you press it at 365 degrees, it's going to melt. So that's the only thing that I adjust temp and time for. So my acrylic, I take it down to 315, and I'm going to do, is it 15 seconds or 10 seconds? I'm going to do 15 seconds. That's the only thing I adjust for. Everything else, yes, with the metal, you can do both sides at one time. Oh, this ain't hot no more.
It's still hot. It's piping hot.
Okay, so there were no other questions over here. All right, there's that. Okay, do you have a list of machines and products to purchase for startup? What do you start up for sublimation? I have a full class, but I do have videos on what you need. So if you're wanting to just start sublimation, all you need is an Epson printer. You decide which one. I have a very detailed video that goes over all the Epson printers. I'm partial to workforce printers. I love them over EcoTanks, but most people you're going to see in groups are going to recommend an EcoTank. That's up to you. But I like the workforce 7820, 7840, or 7310. You're going to need, honestly speaking, sublimation paper, honestly speaking, sublimation ink, heat tape on HS ink, heat tape. Wait, there you go. HS ink, heat tape, heat gloves, and you're going to need polyester substrates or substrates that are coated for sublimation, and that's it. That is a golden nugget right there. It's on. So to see the video that break down all of the printers, it's on my YouTube channel. You click the link in the bio. It's my Linktree. Go to my honestly speaking one. Once you get on YouTube, or just go to YouTube and type in honestly speaking sublimation printers or Epson sublimation printers, and the video will come up. And I did a full breakdown. Her YouTube is the truth. Yeah, this one we definitely need a fan. Well, actually, no, it's on Eco now. Because I was okay until I didn't hear the air conditioner running. Okay, cut the heat press on. Hold on, I'm doing something. Oh. It's hot in here. All right, I'm gonna do acrylic. I'm gonna do an acrylic keychain. Hold on. Is there one in here? Nope. So with that metal, whether you are doing a metal business card or a bookmark, it will work the same. So there are metal bookmarks. So this is going to be the last thing that I press. Oh, wait. I want you to see something. Hold on. Before I even press that, where are we at? 350. When it gets to 325, I'm going to press again onto polyester. I told you the air, it went to Eco. I told you it went to Eco. Because I'm not supposed to be here. It's what? 7, almost 8 o'clock. I'm supposed to be, it's set once we leave out by 6:30, it goes into Eco mode. You might have got to be wasting electricity. All right, so these have a clear film on them, so you take it off. But once this gets to 325, I'm just going to pick something and just a little small print here. And I'm going to press this in the corner of this shirt just so that I don't have to worry about covering it up when it gets to 325. Ah, dang it. There's ink underneath here. So I do have to protect the heat press. I don't know if that's that phone, but your video is blurry. And it's probably StreamYard. I ain't worried about it. I don't know if it's the internet or just Stream. Actually, no, we determined it was just StreamYard because when I go live straight to YouTube or straight from Facebook, it doesn't do that. We're at 344. Oh, wait. I got to go back up to 30 seconds. Hold on. Well, actually, now it's here. I got to go up to, well, at 344, I can probably do 50 seconds. So while it's at 342, then I'll do another one at 325. But I'm going to press this for 50 seconds at 344. So you can either do higher temperature, less time, or you can do a lower temperature, more time. You decide which one is better for you. This is torture. Waiting past 30 seconds is torture. I don't like this. I don't see how y'all wait 60 seconds with the paper that y'all use. Call my husband. No, not you. My mom. My phone wanted to call my husband. See that? Yes, see that? That was at 343 seconds. I mean, 340 degrees. 50 seconds. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so he didn't cook. I got to go get food because I was supposed to cook tonight. He was not playing about not cooking. So I'm going to let it get to 3. I'm going to do the sleeve. So I'm going to let it get to 325. And I'm going to do it again. And for this one, I'm going to take it to, I refuse to do 60 seconds, so we're going to do 58 seconds. I can never, ever put my heat press on 60 seconds. That's just blasphemy. I can't do it. If I got honestly speaking paper, I can't go nowhere near 400 degrees. I cannot do 60 seconds. So we're going to do 58 because I refuse to do 60 seconds. We're at 325. We're going to let that go. You're going to see. I'm going to do 315 for 15 seconds. I think that's what it is. I got it written down. I got to go look at my notes, but I'm not sure if it's 15 seconds or 10 seconds. It's one of those, but it's 315, and I want to say we're going to do 315, 15 seconds. I would be lifting my heat press up right now. I'm not about to be live. So what I'm basically showing now is, let's say you have a heat press that is not ideal, right? And you feel like it's not getting up to the right temperature. You're going to feel like you need a new heat press, but you get some, honestly speaking, sublimation paper. You just have to increase your time. You're probably already using 60 seconds anyway. So with our paper, you can do lower temperatures. You're just going to press it for closer to 60 seconds. $325, 60 seconds. Yes, it was. I was too close to 60 seconds. 325, 58 seconds, because I refuse to do 60. I would never, ever put my heat press on 60 seconds unless it's something for like glass where you have to do longer times. But just for regular polyester and regular substrates, I can't do it. I can't do it. All right, I'm waiting for this acrylic waiting for this to get to temp for this acrylic. If I lose these scissors one more time, all right. Huh? I do them. I outsource the prints and I can press it myself, but I don't. Depends on design. I mean, but they start at 35. Why? All right, so I'm going to go down to 15 seconds. That's too much pressure. I can already tell. I'm be mad as hell at myself because that's way too much pressure. It's what? Oh no, it's at a 1. It felt like a 2, but it's actually at a 1. Now, you ideally want to put this under something so that it can lay flat while it cools, because this is about to curve. But look, full release onto that acrylic. Now, of course, it's acrylic, so it is translucent. But when if you paint white on it or put vinyl. Oh wait, I have a piece of vinyl here. Hold on. All right, I'm going to take the other side off. And when you're doing acrylic, you don't mirror. But this was just a print, so. I have nope. You don't seal anything with when it comes to sublimation. So these are other ones that I've done. So this one's like this, but once you put the white behind it, it's like this. Oh, I forgot all about y'all because y'all weren't saying nothing over here. So there's the acrylic. That's that one. This is the one that we just did. This one has white heat transfer vinyl on the back, just so the back is kind of glittery. This is another one that is like this. And this one has white vinyl behind it. I was experimenting-ish. This has pink HTV behind it. This side looks great. This side looks like crap. But, I mean, you know, I was experimenting and playing around. And then, of course, this one is just pressed right to the acrylic keychain. I had to put vinyl on the back. They got blurry over time. These I did well over, there's a video for it. These are like at least 6 to 8 months old and none of them blurred. It may have been like maybe the wrong type of acrylic. I don't know, but these are like 6 months old and this one has nothing. And then, so yeah, I've never sealed any of them. With honesty speaking, I can't speak for whatever paper you're using, but with honesty speaking sublimation paper, it's at 315 for 15 seconds. Even ate it all, not me. I had 3. All right, so I am out of here, guys. If you are interested in getting the paper, it is a great value. Oh, you use honestly speaking paper? Woohoo! So yeah, 315, 15 seconds is what I use. Now, you might have to play around with your heat press. If it's not like a Hottronics or pro world, like one of the really good ones where you know it's completely even heat and good pressure. You may have to play around with it, but I set that, and you want to make sure that it's outputting. So you have the rolls. This, I wouldn't necessarily use tacky paper on this. It's not meant for tacky paper. It's probably going to stick to it, and you're gonna have to put it underwater and wipe it off. Tacky paper is meant for fabrics, not for hard substrates. So if you don't have some of the fast dry, I highly recommend going to the site and getting some fast dry paper. But shop.hsink365.com is where you can find that paper. I'm going to order the paper and the cartridges. Thank you for everything. You are very welcome. Yep. So yeah, you use the regular one. All right. All right, y'all. I am out of here. Been on here way too long. 3 hours exactly. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.